The day that I found out that it was whacking was when I met Tyrone. I met Tyrone in the dance club. Actually, a hustle spot. That's how we met. You know, he asked me to dance. I danced with him. I was with my dancing partner. You know, we do want to dance with a dancing partner. And he goes, "What are we going to dance again?" I'm like, "I don't know." You know, because if anybody knew Tyrone, he was really energetic. But the thing was, I didn't see him for another 8 months. And I just so happened to walk into a store with the guys I used to party with. And he was there. We chatting up. Next minute, he said, "Yeah, we partying, blah, blah, blah. We're going to a club." He said, "Bet, I'll meet you there." Then Tyrone, as I'm moving and so on, Tyrone comes to me. He says, "You know what? That thing that you're doing, it kind of looks like this thing called whacking, but you're moving too much." And I went, um, "Okay." So that was the first time I heard the name like that.
It originated from oppression, and it was an expression from oppression, and everybody who does it feels that. But what I see right now is that whacking is a battle dance.
Compact story is Tyrone the Bone Proctor was the teacher of a handful of, amazing whackers. This is how I remember it. And what happened was they started to travel and teach whacking.
I think there was definitely a period of time where there was a lot of tension.
Now the scene is big. The politics kicks in about who started it, where is it going, what should it be?
I want it to grow, to be more respected, for people to recognize that it's hard. It's not just shaking your arms.
It's not just swatting flies. Like there's a real foundation to it in terms of the same way when you're learning something like ballet.
I do know, because it comes from a gay background, a lot of men fear it. Straight men fear it, you know?
Bring it back to its roots. Don't erase queer culture. Don't erase its blackness. And what I would love to see is people being kind and fair to one another.
I think the battle scenes are going to grow, but I also believe there's undiscovered things we can do.
I'd rather go siphon rounds all night, like rather than a 40-second round or 30-second round. Go. It's like...
My wish is for the kids to realize that the social is everything and they need to be more social. Everything grows from that. Community grows from that. You know, you get to understand people more. You get to exercise your empathy.
You know what you should do? You should learn whacking.
My wish is for the kids to realize that the social is everything and they need to be more social. Once you're more social, everything grows from that. Community grows from that. You know, you get to understand people more. You get to exercise your empathy.
I think just generally my whole plight in terms of dance, or part of it, has been around just giving the dances that we love so much, and whacking being one of them, the kudos, the respect, the understanding of it being a technique. You know, it's not just swatting flies.
I want whacking to be popular, and I want people to see it, and I want it to be accepted and respected alongside all the other dance styles and art forms. But one thing I don't want is for it to become very like, this is what you have to do, this is what you have to do.
And what I would love to see is people being kind and fair to one another in the preservation and also the expansion of the style. Like, bring it back to its roots. Don't erase queer culture. Don't erase its blackness either. And bring it back to home, but also give it to everybody. That's what I want to see.
I'm also interested in the concepts of whacking being its own. Let's do a show and it's all whacking, like there's nothing else in it, and all of that storytelling and how you bring that in and what that does, or, you know, I think the battle scenes are going to grow. I think all of those things are going to grow, but I I also believe there's undiscovered things with this style that we can do. And it is so unique and there is so many layers to it. It gels with so many other styles as well. You can marry it with loads of things. So yeah, I'm interested in discovering that, and that the next generation bring up what those ideas are. We've opened doors, so now they need to come through and do more.
The beauty of this dance, it's a queer dance. Like, it originated from oppression and it was an expression from oppression, and everybody who does it feels that. But what I see right now is that whacking is a battle dance.
Because of hip hop, and hip hop is a battle thing, said, well, you know what? Let's put all of this stuff under the same umbrella, because it is a dance of the youth. Let's put it under the same umbrella, because a lot of kids become professional battlers. That's just a skill. Anybody can learn a skill. Not everybody can dance. That's just a fact. But they think the skill equals the dance.
It's real interesting because I feel like there was a period of time where I kind of backed away from, I was battling, and then I was like, obviously my career changed. I started choreographing and directing a lot more and making work, so you can't do everything all the time.
Things come and go so much in London anyway. So in London, you have so many people come and go, and you have this massive breeding space of cross-fertilization of artists that come in and out, in and out, in and out, and they help evolve the scene. And then they're gone for 2 years, and then they come in for 2 years, and they go home, and or they come from another country, and then they go back, and then, but they help evolve the scene still, nevertheless. But I've seen so many people come in and out of the club scene, over all this time. You know me, I'm a clubber. I'm a club head. Even though I battle and stuff, I'm more a clubber than I'm a battle head.
Because a battle is, according to how the kids do it, it's like, yeah, I gotta burn you, I gotta eat you, I gotta blah, 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 all of that stuff. And that's a different vibe,
You're called to dance to sometimes music you don't even like. Battling is bad for the soul, because you are called to dance no matter what. If you don't like the song, that goes against everything you're supposed to do with dance. But you have to dance. Hence, it's a game. You can't please everybody in the game. You win some, you lose some, you go to the next one. That's the beauty of events. We have so much. We can do so much. And if you don't like it, go to the club. Because that's when you dance when you want to. That's real community, real culture.
It was never a battle dance. And whacking is a celebration. Whacking is a release. Keep the battles. Don't change that. Everybody needs good, healthy competition. But I would like to see something different.
I get the element, I make work and it's performance, right? Theatre is a performance, right? So absolutely that. But when I come to the underground scene, or when I come to battles or anything that is what I would say is the dance heart, if that's in performance mode, we have an issue, because it's not about the show off. It's about you really giving yourself.
Now, the cat's out the bag. It's already here. How do we make it better? By introducing certain techniques or formats that are closer to getting a generation that was not connected to this origin to understand an essence of that origin. That's why I'm the judge that makes kids dance together. Okay, he's got good skills, he's got good feet, blah, blah. Okay, he's got good skills, he's got good feet, blah, blah. That's not it. Put them together. and have them vibe and have all this creativity come out, you're like, yo, that's crazy. Of course. It's social. It's a very African thing. It's a very human thing.
I'd rather go ciphering rounds all night, like in a club for like hours. You know what I mean? That's more my vibe. Rather than a 40-second round or 30-second round. Go. It's like, but that's also another training though.
And I don't understand that some countries and some nations don't have the ability or options to socialize and go to the club and stuff like that. But it's no excuse. There's you, your friends, music. That's all you need. Organize a jam. Go to the street. Use a studio space. Do it in your house. Find a way for you to let go and express the way that you want to. You don't always have to succumb to the battle.
If I just simply sat there like this, that doesn't help them at all. If I'm engaged in what they're doing, and I'm screaming at them, come on, yeah, boy, get it. What that does, it makes a communication happen that makes the person who's dancing feel like, yeah, man, I can let it out. I can do my thing.
There's been that journey where we had that kind of dip, and slowly that started to come up where people are being a bit more unified and honest in their dance. It's blossomed beautifully. Everything has ups and downs, and we're in a place with it where I think that it's in a beautiful place. People are whacking. People do know whacking. You know, people are familiar with it, and it is becoming recognised more so.
What would I like to? I just would love to have more time to exchange within people who love the style, really, and platforms together, and as a community, just jams and things to feed our love for it, and it not necessarily be competition based, because I feel like in some ways it kind of hinders the form.
I would like to see whacking in TV shows. I would like to see TV shows about whacking. I would like to see books. There are no written books about whacking.
I want to see whacking not just as a musical, which is going to be the natural way to see whacking is in a musical state, but I want to see them as a conceptual piece of art.
I want to see more people in the community actually being proud of dancing and doing what they do, and being proud of whacking, and not looking at themselves in a way as if they're any less than just because they're doing something that is not as popular as everything else.
I would really love that people are paid, people are invested in. So even, whether you choose to go down the commercial route or more down theatre and funding, that, the people that hold the purse strings actually see the beauty in it and invest so that people can train in it, people that can create work in it as well. So yeah, those are just some of the things, but ultimately I just want it to live on as the transformative dance style and culture that it is.
And I love seeing that everybody's healed now. I absolutely love that. And the babies today who are part of the community today have no idea what people went through to actually build it and to actually push forward. And regardless of the traumas or the hurt feelings that we experienced, we love this dance. And we're passionate about this dance with a weird ass name that's taking over the world.
here is the thing that I want to tell you. Impressions. When you see something and you think it's something else that has nothing to do with its origin, it morphs into this whole other thing. The people that told me that they just made it up like that, I'm thinking, oh, wait, it doesn't have a name? No, we just threw that together because that was the vibe of the time. It gives you a certain methodology in movement that's synergistic with the era.